Alright, hi 8th graders. I'm here in my basement to give you guys a little lesson on the C major scale. The good thing about this e-learning break that we have to take is we've kind of gotten away from our scales. The basics that build up all the great stuff we get to do in music. And so we're going to go and we're going to hit and finish up some of those scales. Alright, because if you don't have these scales nailed down, when we try and put it all together with all the different rhythms we have and all the different sounds we create in band, then it just becomes harder. Alright, so the C major scale. First thing you gotta know is there are a lot less flats than you normally see. Actually, I don't think anyone has a flat in any of their scales in any of their keys that you're playing in. So this is really, really bizarre. We're used to seeing flats. And especially the flutes and the low brass, you have no flats at all naturals. That's really bizarre. Your instruments were, low brass, were not made to play in this key, so you really got to work hard. Luckily, flutes, your instruments were made to play in this key. Alright, I'm going to play for you on my little soprano sax here. This is, what a cool little instrument. It looks kind of like a toy. It's actually perfectly Mr. Cone-sized, isn't it? So I'm going to play for you the first 4 notes of the scale. Alright, now that third note's really important. Alright, did you play that in the exact right place? If you didn't, it's going to sound minor. It's going to sound like this. And then it sounds sad or dark and gloomy. We want it to sound happy like this. Alright, so double check your key signature on that one. Now we're going to go all the way up the scale. This is where it gets really, really weird. Trombones, you've got B naturals, 4th position. Trumpets, you've got C sharps, 1 and 2. Clarinets, you have to deal with that awful cross-fingering between B natural and C sharp. You have to use those 2 different pinkies. You have to alternate between B natural and C sharp. That makes this scale pretty difficult for clarinets. Okay, so when you practice, make sure that you're doing this back and forth. If you want to like listen to Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics and maybe do a little pinky exercises to get your pinkies prepared for that, that'd be super cool. Might help you. Alrighty, but let's play all the way up the scale now. It should sound like this. So, you play it. If it doesn't sound like that, do something about it. Maybe you need to bust out your fingering chart from your 6th grade band book. There's also another one in your Measures of Success book. And maybe what you need to do is you need to be like, okay, that one note sounded weird. Why did it sound weird? And then you pull out your fingering chart and find something that's close to it, and you just change the fingering. Maybe that's it. Alright, so then when you go up and down, it should sound the exact same going down as it does up. Believe it or not, there's actually a psychological trick. You just tell your brain, hey, I'm going to do the exact same thing going down that I did up. And for some reason, it helps the brain work out. When you reach that top note, you just think, okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing. And we hit more notes. For some reason, our brains like to think of going up as one thing and going down as another thing. They're the exact same, just in reverse order. So tell your brain that. It's the exact same thing, just in reverse order, and it actually helps. So it should sound like this by the end. Alright, so you should do some practice sessions on this. Practice this over and over and over again until you get it right, because we will eventually have a check-off quiz where you gotta record yourself playing it. Just like you would if, and we'll check you off, just like we would if you guys were still at school and you were coming into my office or into Mr. Zook's office and you were going to play it for us there. Just practice it over and over and over again until you get it right. If you don't know how to do that or you need a little motivation, I'll make a separate video with a 5-minute workout just hashing it out, doing it over and over, and you'll get a zillion repetitions in only 5 minutes. It'll be really, really easy to make it sound great. Okay? I gotta tell you guys, seriously, last night it really hit me that we're gonna be separated for a while. I mean, a whole month where I don't get to see you. And like I told you in class, those of you who have decided that you're not gonna continue in band, that's cutting into my final times with you guys. We spent 3 years together. All your other teachers, your social studies teacher, your language arts teacher, they always see you for 1 year. They know that you're going to leave. I'm not aware of that. When I see you in 6th grade, I don't know how long I'm going to have with you. So I really hold on to every single minute. And I really hope that when I see you guys in a month, I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm going to miss you guys. Okay, so if you need some help with your working this out, I'll have a 5-minute workout video. All right, so good luck on this. Bye.